Will you stop going to their house? Will you stop answering their call? Will you stop doing that when you know you don't like things about them? Why should you do this? Why should you actually stop being friends with people? Why should you stop going to family gatherings? Why should you just stop living in that world and pretending that it's okay? Number one, you know you are somebody that has a purpose. You know this. You know this. They don't know this, but secretly they do. But you know this more than they do. Nobody knows it more than you do. Let's get that right out the way. Why is this important to know? Because nobody logically, past any kind of emotions, and this is emotional intelligence, nobody can predict your future. Every single failure is data for you to become better in divine timing. This is not spiritual woo-woo. This is just righteous, deep, and profound acceptance. Okay? You're going to stay all the way to the end of this video. You're going to get a new perspective on an emotion that you don't connect with. So number one, to summarize everything that I just said right there before we move to the second part that gets even better and juicier, is you factually want to be authentic. You factually want to tap into your purpose. So when you are around people that irritate you, annoy you, are passive aggressive, indirect, smile when they're angry, manipulate, never take accountability, never want to be able to hear your side, that drains you. Then you get frustrated, and that revalidates that old childhood belief of I'm not lovable, I'm a burden, what's the point? Everything breaks around me. I don't deserve nice things. Now, here's the actual solution of how you're going to get past this. The first part is, if there is somebody in your life that is not respecting you, that's not respecting themselves, and you're enabling that kind of toxic behavior, when you go into the space of why am I separating? Why am I setting the boundary? Why am I speaking up? Why am I calling this out? You are going to use that part of you that hyper focuses, that gets stuck, and you're going to get stuck on success. You love that? You love that? Does that excite you? You're going to get stuck on success. Why am I righteously doing the right thing? Why am I righteously setting this boundary? Why am I righteously doing this? And I want for you to take 15 to 30 seconds right now. I dare you. I love you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just making a suggestion. I dare you to tap the screen, and I dare you to actually fantasize about your posture, your tone of voice, how you perceive yourself, the kind of relationships that you have. Because I had terrible toxic relationships and friendships, and I had jobs where I had glass ceilings. Now I have my own career. I have my family. I checked off the bucket list. I became a father. I became a husband. Everything after this is just God blessing me. Okay? Here's what you're going to start to do. That anger that you resent, that you avoid, that you don't like to tune into, or that you just flamethrow and go around everybody, that's going to be your best friend. That's going to be your father. That's going to be your mother. That's going to be your husband, your wife, your partner, the love of your life. Every single time that you fail, you are going to say, thank God that I'm learning. Thank goodness that I'm learning this lesson. Thank goodness better people are coming. Thank goodness I got fired because I'm open to suggestion. If you told me 10 years ago that I would be living in a small town and not in New York City, I would have laughed at you, but I would have been like, that's interesting. I wonder where that takes me. Better physical health, better mental health, nervous system regulated, happy marriage, stepfather and biological father. Never knew that it would show up this way. And it was messy, and it was frustrating, and it was irritating, but it was slightly more, don't tune out now, it was slightly more exciting until it became more and more and more and more and more exciting. And if nobody's ever told you, you can be 51% excited, take this down as a note. You can be 51% excited and 49% afraid. Do you get what I'm saying? You can be 51% excited and 49% afraid. So what you are going to start doing is every time somebody lets you down, every time somebody doesn't acknowledge you, every time that you walk away and you feel that irritation, that loss of power, that drain, you're going to rewire, you're going to bounce back, and you're going to say, thank God that I learned from that. What am I learning? What is that teaching me? How am I getting better? How can I use this as a tool so that next time that never ever happens again? Because here's the exciting part. If you're able to have the right perspective, if you're able to have the healthy bounce back for you, not for them, for you, you will never categorically ever deal with people like that in your life, because you will have a truth that is undeniable, unavoidable, that nobody can take away from you. And knowing this changes everything. That's where you create the new neural pathway, the new belief. You build confidence psychologically. This is called I am good enough. When you get that you are good enough, when you feel alone, when you feel lonesome, when you feel frustrated, when you feel abandoned, when you feel like nobody's respecting you, when you convince yourself that you are good enough, your neural pathways, your mind, your subconscious rewires and starts finding proof that you are good enough and that you are valuable. And then your empathic circuits project this experience, your auric field projects this experience, and you connect with other people who get you, who love you, who want to add value, who want to celebrate you. Then you get around those other people who are victims, who aren't doing the work, that are lying, that are manipulating, and that's why you feel crazy, because they are hiding, they're secretive, they're manipulative, and they're lying. And they're inauthentic. When you get around those kind of people, you get clarity. And that's where the magic happens, because then you create this new powerful ripple. So you can use the anger as a tool to fuel you instead of swallowing it and hiding it and having that inner child take the steering wheel. You are an adult. You have options. Your life can be exciting authentically. Learn the rules, learn the game, change the rules, change the game. What I teach is psychology and neuroscience, so you authentically know how to create your own destiny. So you authentically know everything that hurt you can heal you. Everything that traumatized you can teach you. Everything that was painful is powerful, factually. Letting go of control, letting go of expectation, and getting into a space of I'm living true. In case you've never heard this before, if you really want to manifest better opportunities, what I've learned is I did all of it when I was frustrated, when I was scared, when I was afraid. Again, I was slightly more excited. And here's the secret sauce that nobody's going to tell you, that people charge for. I was being authentic. I was being true to myself.